Welcome to another episode of the I Am Undeniable podcast. I am your host, Alex Sundar. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about this one shift that you will do in your day-to-day life will help you lose body fat faster or weight, whatever you want to call it. But this one shift is going to allow you to create that process for you. It's going to make the process easier. It's going to make sure that the process is actually going to get you results. And I can promise you this, if you implement what I'm going to teach you today, you're going to be surprised about exactly what this shift is going to do for you. So if you're getting value from this podcast episode, all I ask you to do is click that subscribe button and help support the podcast. And as well, shoot me a DM on my Instagram, Alex Sundar Fit. Let me know what you enjoyed about the podcast episode. But as we kind of get into it, I want to talk to you guys about a little bit about my journey, because it's going to allow you to understand why this one shift is extremely important, right? So if you've been following me for a while, or if you haven't, like I've done a lot of different types of weight cuts. We're talking about for bodybuilding shows, photo shoots, getting ready for the beach, all that kind of jazz. And right now I'm actually getting ready to cut down to go to Houston because I am teaching down there for a coaching event. And my goal is to look pretty shredded, right? And my approach this time compared to all my other body fat cuts before is quite a bit different. And one of the reasons for that is because I made an important shift during this process. And because of this shift, it's allowed me to stick to my diet plan a lot easier. It's allowed me to completely reduce my cravings. It's allowed me to control my hunger levels a lot better. And it's allowed me to make decisions that align with me to get my workouts in, to get my cardio in, to get my training in without any kind of distractions. And I mean that by I got 2 children here at home. I got a girlfriend. I got a full-time business. I have another business that I'm involved in as well that I help run. I got my social media platforms. I'm quite a busy guy, right? If you look at my calendar, you're like, whoa, what the hell? But I'm not stressed out. That's the important part. I'm not stressed out. It's quite easy for me to get in my 6 days of workout a week. Right now, we're doing 10,000 steps in a day. I'm eating 2,200 calories per day, and I'm doing 30 minutes of fasted cardio in the morning. And it's quite easy for me to get in there. And maybe you might be in a position where you've tried to lose body fat before, but you just haven't found a process that completely worked for you. Maybe you've tried to lose weight, you lost it, and you got that weight back. Or maybe you're someone that was in a position that is trying to lose weight, trying to lose body fat, but you find the process stressful. There's a lot on top of your plate, right? You got a lot of things going on. It's quite of an overwhelming process. And I want you to know you're not alone. It's quite normal. I've been coaching for 15 years. I see that happening quite often. And over my 15 years of experience, I've learned quite a few things. And this is what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about that shift that will help you lose weight faster. And this shift is going to probably quite surprise you in what it is. It's not some magic nutrition hack. It's not some magic workout hack. It's not some magic supplement. None of that stuff works. The key secret here when it comes down to shifting yourself is you need to shift your identity. Now, I've talked about this before, but I think it's a concept that a lot of people don't understand. And I think it's a concept that more people need to understand. If you are absolutely serious about losing body fat and keeping weight off, you need to have this concept drilled into your mindset. You got to have this concept driven into you internally, because the reality is this. Do the nutrition stuff, you can work out, you can get the cardio in, but if you don't shift yourself internally based on who you are, the process isn't going to succeed for you. The process when it comes down to losing weight, when it comes down to losing body fat, has to be more than just being on a diet plan. It has to be more than hitting your workouts. What you need to do is you need to completely shift who you are. You need to understand that your why behind why you're losing body fat has more to do than just for yourself. You got to ask yourself, like, why do you want to do this? Why is it important to you? Who do you want to be? So here's a little drill that you can actually do to start shifting this for yourself. So what you can do is you can grab a piece of paper, right? You're going to draw down 2 lines in the middle. Number 1 on the left side, you can write down traits or qualities that you like about yourself. How would you describe yourself to someone else? Whether it's positive or negative, list all the things down that you can do there. Then right in the middle, I want you to talk about, okay, well, what are my goals? What are your goals? Like, are you here to lose body fat? Stick on your diet plan, all the little things that you have trouble sticking to, all the little things that when you eat your food, you're thinking about a donut. Every time you weigh yourself on the scale, you get insecure. Put all that stuff down during the middle section of the page. Then on the right side of the paper, what I want you to write down is the person who you need to become in order to accomplish these goals. That's important. That is such an important concept to understand. Is the difference between you versus the person who succeeds when it comes down to your fat loss goals. Because the truth is this, even if you like yourself now, even if you're positive about yourself, like, why the hell haven't you accomplished these goals yet? Because you haven't shifted who you need to be. It's all about who you are. It's all about who you're being, right? And if you can shift that stuff, well, now you got to ask yourself, okay, well, what are some action steps do I need to take then? This person who's dropped 30 pounds of body fat, this person who's dropped 40 pounds of body fat, this person who's dropped 50 pounds of body fat. How does that lifestyle look like on a day-to-day basis? What are you doing? And what you need to do is you need to take that lifestyle that you're living in your future and you need to adapt it now. You need to be able to live that process by also letting go of the process, right? It's like we get so fixated on the fact that we need to lose weight and that we need to lose body fat. You get so fixated on it that you self-sabotage yourself from actually accomplishing the goal. But what happens if you can let go of the process? What happens instead of like stressing about it every single day? You just let go of the stressors. You just let go of the fact that you need to lose 30 pounds and then you can just do the action steps naturally. Wouldn't you think the process will be a lot easier for you? Wouldn't you think that you'll be able to live this future version of yourself? It's about shifting it, right? So instead of looking at your diet plan like, fuck, I got to stick to this diet. Fuck, I got to eat this chicken breast. Shit, I can't eat out on a Friday night. You need to look at it like this. I'm feeding my future self so I can become the person who I want to be. This food right now is fueling me so I can get up with energy and serve my family and serve my business. These workouts, they're tough. Instead of saying, I hate these workouts, I don't want to do cardio, I don't want to do the workouts, you need to shift it. The training is training my mindset in order to be a better performer throughout the day. It's shifting my mindset to create the ambition for me to accomplish my goals long term. You see, all of these things that you do on a day-to-day basis when it comes down to losing body fat, losing weight, shifting your identity, shifting your weight, is giving you the ability for yourself to internally realize that you're accomplishing something greater than I think you ever think you could. It's giving you the ability to chase your dreams. It's giving you the ability to actually finish something for once. You need to identify yourself as that person who has accomplished all of these factors. You got to be willing to make that shift. And it starts with that sheet of paper, like I mentioned earlier. If you can write down the things that you currently identify with, in the middle, the stuff that you need to accomplish, and on the right side, who you need to be, what are these traits that you need to be, and chase those traits and adopt those traits and become that person now, you are going to completely shift the process of how to lose body fat. All of a sudden, sticking to your diet plan is a piece of cake. All of a sudden, getting your workouts in and making the decision to turn off the tea becomes simple because you're not that person anymore. All of a sudden, when you're at that summer barbecue, there's all this food around and people are putting food in your face, like food in your face. You don't need it. You're not that person anymore. You're changed. You're different. And if you can make this shift, and if you can understand that fat loss, that weight loss, it's not just a calorie deficit. It's shifting who you are completely and changing who you are to become a better fucking person. I can promise you, everything is going to change. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I hope you guys get a ton of value. I'm out, and we'll see you tomorrow.